What if I told you that the world you perceive, the one you think is real, might actually be a carefully crafted lie? What if the sky you look up to, the stars that twinkle above, are nothing more than a digital illusion projected onto your retinas? Welcome to a realm where nothing is as it seems, where reality is a playground for the mind. Today, we're diving deep into a mind-bending labyrinth of philosophy, science, and technology to explore a question that has haunted humanity since the dawn of consciousness. Are we living in a simulation? Buckle up, because this journey will challenge everything you think you know about existence. Before we begin, let me leave you with a few questions to ponder. How do you know you're not dreaming right now? Can you feel the ground beneath your feet, the air on your skin? These sensations, they're as real as you are. Or are they? In the grand tapestry of existence, where do you think you stand? Are you just a spectator observing the world, or are you an active participant in its grand design? In 1999, the Wachowskis unveiled a cinematic masterpiece that dared to ask this very question: The Matrix. In this dystopian future, humanity is unknowingly trapped within a simulated reality, a world of code and illusions spun by sentient machines. Neo, played by Keanu Reeves, finds himself on the brink of awakening, of choosing between the blissful ignorance symbolized by the blue pill and the harsh but liberating truth symbolized by the red pill. But let's go beyond the silver screen. Let's talk about the real world, the one that we assume exists outside the confines of our minds. But how do we really know that this world is any more real than the one Neo was offered in the Matrix? Enter Plato's cave, an allegory that has echoed through the corridors of philosophy for centuries. Picture prisoners chained up in a cave, their eyes fixed on a wall. Their entire world is this wall, which is covered with shadows cast by objects behind them. These shadows, they're all the prisoners know. They're their reality. Now, one prisoner breaks free. He steps out of the cave and into the sunlight. At first, he's blinded, confused, but as his eyes adjust, he sees the world as it truly is. He realizes that the shadows in the cave were just illusions. Returning to the cave, he tries to tell the others what he found, but they don't believe him. They think he's crazy. To them, the shadows are as real as anything could be. The question is, which one of them is right? Is it the prisoner who escaped and saw the light, or the ones who remain in the shadows? Well, Plato believed that the answer lay in the nature of reality itself. Our perceived world, he suggested, is much like those shadows. It's just a pale imitation of the true world of forms. Only the philosopher, who is capable of abstract thought and contemplation, can ascend beyond the shadows and glimpse this higher reality. So what does this mean for us? Are we the prisoners chained in Plato's cave? Are we mistaking shadows for substance? And if so, what's beyond the cave? What's the real reality? These questions have fueled the imaginations of philosophers for generations. Fast forward to the 20th century, and we find another mind grappling with the nature of reality. René Descartes. He had a radical idea. What if everything we think, everything we feel, everything we perceive with our senses, is ultimately an illusion? Descartes suggested that the only thing we can be absolutely certain of is our own existence. I think, therefore I am, he declared. But if our senses can deceive us, if our perceptions are unreliable, how can we ever know anything for sure? This skepticism shook the foundations of knowledge and led to a crisis in Western philosophy. Then came Albert Einstein, who turned the tables on common sense once again. His theories of special and general relativity revolutionized our understanding of space and time. He showed us that time is not absolute, but relative to the observer's frame of reference. This shattered the notion that there's a single, universal reality that everyone experiences the same way. If time is relative, then what we perceive as the present might be someone else's past or future. It blurred the lines between reality and perception, and made the question of what is real even more complicated. But our story doesn't end here. It takes us to the frontiers of modern science, where artificial intelligence and computer simulations are becoming increasingly sophisticated. Today, we live in a world where computers can beat humans at their own games, where algorithms can predict our tastes and behaviors with unnerving accuracy. But what if these machines, these tools that we've created to make our lives easier, what if they're actually blurring the line between reality and illusion in ways we never imagined? Take, for instance, the rise of virtual reality. It immerses us in a world of our own creation, where we can explore fantastical landscapes, interact with virtual characters, and live out scenarios that would be impossible in the real world. And as VR technology advances, the line between the virtual and the real becomes increasingly blurred. We're no longer just passive observers. We're active participants in worlds that are as vivid and immersive as anything we could imagine. It brings us back to the choice between the red pill and the blue pill. Which one would you pick? Would you choose to stay in a comfortable illusion or risk everything to see the truth? Imagine a future where VR is not just a form of entertainment, but a way of life. What if people spend more time in virtual worlds than in the real one? What if our interactions, our relationships, our very identities become entwined with these virtual realms? In such a world, the question of what's real takes on a whole new dimension. Are the experiences we have in VR any less real than those in the physical world? Are the connections we make any less meaningful? And then there's artificial intelligence, AI. As machines become more intelligent, more adept at understanding and interacting with the world around them, the question arises, what if they, too, are experiencing a form of reality? What if AI can perceive and interact with a world that's invisible to us? The idea might sound far-fetched, but it's not entirely out of the question. In fact, some scientists believe that this is already a reality. Quantum mechanics suggests that there are multiple layers of reality beyond our perception. These hidden layers can only be observed at the subatomic level and behave in ways that defy our classical understanding of physics. It's a world of probabilities and uncertainties, where particles exist in multiple states until they're observed. It's a reality hidden from our eyes, yet it's there, underlying the world we know. When we talk about simulating reality, we're essentially trying to recreate all the complexities of our world, including these quantum phenomena. But what if the world we're trying to simulate is just one of many? What if we're missing the bigger picture? This is where the concept of simulated reality comes in. If we can create simulations of our world, then why not simulate an entirely different reality? A reality where the laws of physics are different, where the nature of time is altered, where there are multiple layers of existence. But who would want to simulate such a reality? And why? The answer lies in the vast expanse of space and the relentless march of technology. In the vastness of space, there are countless worlds, each with its unique conditions, its own set of physical laws. Our Earth is just one among countless others. It's a tiny oasis in the grand scheme of things. But what if there are worlds out there that are more hospitable? Worlds that offer the potential for greater advancement, for civilizations that are far more advanced than ours. Enter transhumanism, a movement that embraces technology as a means of enhancing the human condition. Transhumanists believe that technology can help us overcome our limitations, extend our lifespans, and even merge with machines to become something more. It's a future where humans are no longer bound by the constraints of their biological bodies, where they can upload their consciousness into a computer, effectively becoming immortal. But if transhumanism takes us to such advanced levels, then wouldn't the next logical step be creating entire worlds tailored to our needs? Worlds that serve as playgrounds for our limitless possibilities. Simulated reality becomes a tool for exploration, a way to test different scenarios, to see how civilizations evolve under different circumstances. And who knows, maybe in one of these simulations, there's a version of you making the same journey of discovery, questioning the nature of your existence, wondering if you're in a simulation yourself. The idea that we might be living in a simulation is not just a philosophical curiosity, it's a profound reflection of our times. It speaks to our fascination with technology, our desire to understand the nature of reality, and our relentless quest for knowledge. Whether or not we find definitive answers, the journey of exploring these questions is a rewarding one. It pushes the boundaries of our imagination and challenges us to think beyond the limits of our own existence. As we navigate this vast universe of ideas, remember this: the pursuit of knowledge is a journey without end. There will always be more questions, more mysteries to unravel, more realities to explore. So keep asking questions, keep seeking answers, and keep pushing the boundaries of what we know. Who knows, you might just be the one who uncovers the next layer of reality. If you found this video thought-provoking, we'd love to hear your perspective. Do you think we're living in a simulation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're eager for more mind-bending explorations, hit that subscribe button to join us on our journey through the cosmos of ideas. Thanks for watching.